Good morning. It's Salann from Two Pondering Pagans, and welcome to a SaTAROTday, July 9th, 2022. Let's get started. All right, today we are using Tarot of Dreams. This is by Bursten. So this is a deck that I've had for some time, not a whole long time, but for a while. And I kind of chose it today, not on accident, but I was looking to kind of see what's a deck we just haven't used and what's feeling really good today since I have so many to choose from. I just wanted to see what's different or what can we do that's a little bit different than normal. And so I ended up with the Tarot of Dreams by Bursten. This is one of the many dream-based tarots. Imagery's very different. I'm not as familiar with this type of energy and imagery specific to this style of card, but it is very nice. I enjoy it, so we're going to see what happens. Today we're only pulling 3 cards. We've had some really good messages over the last week about how to do and how to work with our energy. So today we're going to really focus on nailing down that energy a little bit more specifically and going into it a little bit deeper. A lot of the world feels like it is in energy work and shadow work, so what we want to do is take what we've learned so far and kind of dial in a little bit more focus and a little bit more specific on where we can work, not just in our own lives, but in the world around us that's going to actually make a difference. So generally we do a 3-card draw. Sometimes I'll pull a clarifier, so we may pull a 4th if a clarifier is needed, but it will be from the same deck. It won't be from a different deck. So we're going to do a little bit of shuffling here. While I do that, this morning was a nice morning. Like I woke up and immediately got working on preparing dinner tonight, which is crock pot. We do crock pot every week, and we call it our perpetual dinner or perpetual stew. Perpetual because every time we make it, we save about 8 to 10 ounces of the liquid or broth that's left over and use it to make the next week's and the next week, so that it's basically a continuation of food or stew or nourishment, sustenance that has been coming now from a couple of months for us. And we're going to try to keep this going for hopefully the rest of our lives and maybe even pass it on to somebody. And we keep track of it in our grimoire of what it is and how we feel when we eat it and what it feels like to make it. So got up early this morning, made that. That's why I'm a little bit later putting out the tarot today, if you are one that gets to it pretty quickly. So that's why we're a little late, but I wanted to get that cut. But let me tell you, I'm having memory. I'm having good memory. I'm having good recall of bad memories. This all to me kind of goes along with Jungian psychology and the thought of the unconscious and the shadow, which works with shadow work, which obviously everybody knows right now we are in the midst of, especially at this household. We're taking a lot of detailed look at shadow, along with a lot in our tribe and our groups doing their own version of and their own way of doing it, which is how it should be. But just really cool because it's bringing up things and they're not hurting like I thought they might. I'm able to talk clearly about them. I'm able to feel comfortable with them and work through them. And I do account that to the process that Christine Jetty uses in her tarot shadow work. Like, I'm super comfortable with tarot. It makes sense that that's what I'm going to use for my shadow work. But when I've done shadow work previously, which again, shadow work is a lifelong thing, an all the time thing. You should always be working on it, through it, and with it. It is a part of you, not something to get rid of. But point being, last time I did intentional shadow work, it wasn't good. It was not good. It was very painful. It was very hurtful. I was very uncomfortable. This time, even though I'm not in the meat and potatoes of it, things are coming clear. Things are coming manageable, bite-sized, movable. I'm able to say and do things that I wasn't able to do before. And whether that's time or working with tarot long-term or energy long-term, that's changed my perspective on that. It felt good this morning making our perpetual food while having these reminiscent thoughts that were painful when they occurred and really, I think, created some traumas for me. But the edge was gone on them. So I'm able to comfort them and talk about them and move to them. So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, that was my stalling while I do the shuffle. So I want to make sure we get a really good shuffle since this is a deck that has not been utilized before. Get a little bit of smoke cleansing here. We want to make sure that the deck that we use, any manufacturing, if it's the first time you're using it, any of that manufacturing energy residue is off, but also think about where the items came from. So we manufacture the cards by printing ink. Well, where did the molecules for that ink come from? Charcoal. Where was that charcoal burned from? What tree did it originally come from? Where did the paper come from? All those things. We want to make sure that we cleanse our decks for that. Sounds like a good topic we need to talk about. I think we might do that tomorrow. But anyway, so let's do a couple more mixed shuffles here, and we're going to get started. Again, we're doing a 3-card draw today. This is a dial it down draw. We are dialing down 3 areas of energy that we need to expand upon and focus on with what we're already working on. So let's see what Tarot Shadow tells us, because that's what we're working in, and let's see what Tarot of Dreams tells us. Ace of Coins has been coming up a lot lately. King of Cups. 4 of Coins. So let's talk about this. So when we talk about tarot, when we talk about coins, that's I guess when I do tarot, right, I generally talk about trends and things that I'm seeing. So we've got 2 coins, one on each end, and then the center card is a cup. So what is that telling me? Well, number one, coins and cups, earth and water, go together very well. Water can carve earth over time, right? Rivers can change course. And stones of earth can be whittled down into these beautiful river rocks. So the water has an effect on the earth, but it's slow and it takes a long time. Earth has an effect on the water. It directs water. Rain comes down and goes through the earth, and the earth cleanses the water if it's picked up anything. Or it can actually, make the water go bad because of whatever's in the earth left by us nasty humans. Rivers can change course over time based on what happens in nature, right? Lightning strikes, a tree falls down, the river gets blocked, a dam is made, things change. So earth and water work very well together. And we are capping water in this one. And this is actually what I was actually asking for before I even started recording, which is I want a clear, concise message to say exactly what to do. And what this spread trend right now is saying is keep the emotions under control and use your earth, which we need to really be in right now, our strength, our solidity, our grounding. Use those energies to keep water under control. Don't block it, but direct it. So we need to be directing water energy. We need to be directing emotional energy, and that energy needs to be directed to, through, and around earth. So when we talk about coins, a lot of times we're talking about wealth. We're talking about financials. We're talking about things that we own or tangibility items. But it's also earth, right? It's the truth of earth. It is the embodiment of earth. And that's why we're going to start with the ace, because that's what the ace is. It is the embodiment of earth. It is all things earth. True, it's the seed. Aces are the beginning, the start, the first step. But they also are the raw energy of earth, and ultimately they hold every promise that earth has to offer as an element. So your ace is really telling you to step up and look at all of this power and strength around you that you don't even need to anything special to get to. You just need to go outside and get it. And we've been talking a lot about outside nature, being one with earth, getting back into cycles. But this energy is saying what we've been working on all year, this community push, this drive to connect things. Now we're saying, remember and embody and pull up all of the things that earth represents to you. Meditate on it and think of how you can go out into nature as much as possible. Draw in the energy of the trees and the grass and the earth and the animals and all of nature, and use it to help direct your emotion into things that are beneficial and challengeable and have an effective edge. And I say that beneficial and challengeable and an effective edge because the water in this instance is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is I've been through all of the hardness. I've been through all the good and bad emotions, and now I am the king. I need to control my emotions, and I can, but I need some help sometime from my earth brethren. That's where the ace says, hey, we're going to help direct you, king. We got your back. Interesting phrase I heard the other day that I've been really sticking to, and you probably have heard it in a couple of recordings or talks that I've been doing lately. And that is, you can either be in my corner or in my business. The king is in your corner, and the aces and the coins, the earth, is going to be in the king's corner in this read, not in the business, meaning this is something we have to do together. So all of us are going to get together and find your king of pentacles, your king of cups, and start pulling that earth energy into and directing that emotional status and stability through to those around you, because the world needs it. Our third card, the Four of Coins, generally represents a stability in your wealth or financial areas. So what we're talking about here, though, is still this earthly energy. We're partway on our journey through the earth as a minor arcana. And what we want to do with this directed energy is we're taking, remember, the ace, which is the embodiment of all energy, and the four, which is a very specific energy, talking about the foundational aspect of things. So this card, this option, is very structured, just like the king. This is what lets me believe, or lets me feel the message is not blocking the king, it is supporting the king. So think about it just a moment with the trend. You've got aces on the ends, water in the middle. That means the aces are kind of surrounding the cup, right? I'm sorry, I keep saying aces, but our earth is surrounding the water, right? But we don't want to block it. And that comes from the four. The Four of Coins, or Four of Earth, is telling me that we are supporting. So we are supporting the king, who is already really specific or organized and ready. And so we're going to hold that king, and we're going to build that king up. Now, that king doesn't mean, like the king of the Britain, which I think is a thing that might be happening sometime soon, according to some people. But that's not the point, right? The point is, in tarot, we get the message, and the message is involved by trends and intuition and things that are coming to me as I'm reading through them. And this is all about supporting the king of emotion and supporting the emotion and water that's in the world right now by using our earth energy. So that's a lot of information in 8 minutes. So let's break it down real quick and give kind of an overview. This is directed energy. Here's some things that you can do right now to direct the tarot energy that came in this reading for the next week or however long. This could, these weekly reads, by the way, yes, it's energy and thoughts over the week, but they extend way further out than that. They don't stop after 7 days. They continue. So if you work them, you continue to work them, you will continue to benefit from them. But regardless, let's talk about this in kind of a directed, what can you do? You can go outside, first of all. You can go outside barefoot. Don't step on a bee. Don't need to be stung. Don't need to go to the hospital. But go outside. Let your feet touch the grass. Sit in the grass. Dangle your feet in the water if you have the ability to do that. Connect and just allow yourself to feel what's outside. And all of the emotional energies and things that are happening right now on the earth, we need them. And there needs to be a fire to them, because we have to effect change as individuals. We have to stick up for our sisters and mothers and everybody else that is whatever you call or go through or refer to as. We have to stand up for each other. The only way we can do that is through a structure in this read, is through a support structure. Not everybody's going to be able to talk or say. Not everybody's going to be able to reach out and speak their mind due to fear or other things that may occur. If you can, you should. But again, we're talking about structure. So maybe if you can't, or you're not able, or that's not your thing, you can be the support on the bottom of the cheerleading period with this. That's what the Four of Coins is saying. We can be the structure to hold up somebody else who might be the King of Cups. It might be your mom. It might be your sister, your best friend, your girlfriend, your wife. Who knows? But that King of Cups needs to be held up, and they need to be supported, and we need to do that. And we're doing that with Earth. The Earth is the way through that. So again, go outside, connect with Earth, allow the energy to come in. Think about how you create thought, right? Your thought comes from your brain, which comes from electrical impulses, which comes from food, energy, water, which comes from plant or animal, but ultimately plant, which comes from sun. So all of these things are connected, and you really need to pull in that energy. You need to spend some time out in Earth and understanding and allowing it to come to you so that you feel more grounded and structured. So one way, go outside, be with the earth, spend some time with it. Number 2, meditate. If you don't meditate right now, you should. I don't care who you are or why. You should find a way to meditate, whether it's an earth grounding, a centering, whether it's fourfold solar or lunar, which are 2 that I really enjoy. You can also do fourfold seasonal, fourfold sabbatical. Those are all different methods of meditation with imagery that can help you reconnect to certain things. You want to go outside and reconnect to earth, or maybe you can't get outside, you're stuck inside. Maybe you're disabled and you can't get out at anytime you want to. You can do a fourfold breathing meditation exercise and breathe in and bring in the energy of the earth by using that visualization. So really important that we do that. From the King of Cups perspective, if the King of Cups is representing you in this read, which it could, then remember that your emotions need to be strong. You need to have them. You need to have that. But you also need to remember that there is a box that is surrounding you, and you need to know where it is. I'm not saying keep it in the box. I'm not saying you need to be muted. I'm just saying know where the box is, because certain things that we do from an emotional standpoint can actually hold us back from making change or from affecting other people. So just be careful about that. The king is very structured. The king is very at the top of his game. He's in control. He's got to make decisions, or she. I should stop saying he. King, don't care what gender you are or what gender anything. Shouldn't even be a gender with the king. The king is the king, period. And what they do is lead. They direct. They organize. They set things up. They have people that are going to put things together, right? And they're going to put those things together for the better of the entire kingdom. So in order to do that, they've got to have support. They've got to have structure. They've got to have earth underneath their feet to walk on. So remember that if you are the earth, you need to go outside and pull it in this reading. And if you are the king in this reading, you need to just pay attention to what you're doing and how others are looking at you, because everything that you do is an intervention seen by other people that maybe can also gather some of that emotional feeling and move it forward. So for me, today's reading is really specific and directed. Again, I apologize. I know I go fast. There's a lot of energy to me coming all at one time. But this moral of the story is connect yourself to the earth and help use your earth energy to help direct and support your or others' emotional cups energy so that we can really come out on top of things and really start making a change first with ourselves before anybody else. So hope you enjoyed the read today. Just for the record, we are putting out some videos fast and furious, are eclipsing the shadow. We've been putting those out. I think episode 4 just came out. We did a couple of readings of meditations that we do. So they're fun. I hope you enjoy them. If you don't, my big recommendation is don't listen to ours. Or listen to ours, but find your own and record yourself doing them. Because what we realized, Rook and I, when we listen to others, it kind of worked, but when we listened to ourselves recorded, took us to a whole different place. It really did different. So you should record your own and get over, I don't like my voice, or I sound stupid, or I sound really girly. None of that matters. I'm the same way. I really hate my voice sometimes, and I'm starting to work through that shadow of its own. But anyway, so, check out our other videos. We do want comments. We do want to know what you think about them. If you think it's stupid and you completely disagree, you can say that. Just be nice about it. I do want to hear your thoughts, though, even if they are different than ours, or if you have other feelings or other things that you've done that have worked really well for you, please share those. We'll be doing some additional discussions and things. I think we're going to start some book discussions as we're reading them, but continuing on with the shadow work is going to be the big thing. So anyway, hope you enjoyed today's tarot. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more of our videos or interact with us more. If you like this video and want to see more, comment. Always comment. That to me is the most important piece. Check us out tonight, July 9th, and every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the Malice Experience. We do have a guest tonight specifically. Sometimes we have one, sometimes we don't. And then tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, every Sunday morning at 10:45 to 11, we have our Sunday service. Check that out if you want. We just kind of have a low-key talk about all things pagan that come up. Big invitation to anybody who wants to participate. And then we do have a special Malice Experience tomorrow. I don't remember exactly what time. I think it's at 3 o'clock-ish with a very extra special guest. So if you want to check that out, you should. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, a wonderful week. Listen to the tarot. If you didn't feel the message, pull out a deck and get a message for yourself. I know tarot can be kind of overwhelming if you're new to it, but you know what? If you need to read the book, read the book. If you don't study the imagery. Do whatever you do, but be good at it and enjoy it for yourself, and don't let anybody stop you. Have a wonderful day.